What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. What you guys just seen was me updating my access port and actually deleting my old tunes and adding the updated ones onto my access port manager. And right now I'm going to reflash my car. I had to delete my old tunes, and this updated tune is supposed to have or make my O2 sensor turn off or something like that. I sent my tuner the code I was having, and I told him to turn off my O2 sensor, and he did it. So I'm going to go ahead and reflash the car right now. So I'm going to go to my tune. I'm going to go ahead and, damn, I forgot how to do this. I think it's change. It's been a minute since I did this. So reflash, and I'm going to go ahead and add, which one is it? I think it's this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and reflash the car. The other one is a burble tune I got by him. If you guys don't know why I'm tuned by Drunkmann, okay. I'm tuned by Drunkmann. He's a good tuner. He responds fast and it's always helpful. He knows what he's doing with the Subarus. So the reflash is done. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I have any more codes. Read codes. I'm gonna let that read. I think I have the screenshot of what my code was before, and it's P013A. I think I was correct. So right now I have no codes as I'm looking at it right now. So I think it worked. Hopefully the car runs good and fine now. He did recommend me go ahead and change my spark plug since I just hit, or not just, I'm a little bit over 30K. You're supposed to do your spark plugs every 30,000 miles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that soon. And I'll let you guys know if the car runs any different. And I'll also show you guys what my plugs look like at 30,000 miles. And I'm also Pro Tuned, so it'll probably be really dark. So I'm really excited to see what they look like. It's going to be so satisfying to see the before and after. It is 9:52 in the morning. This is the next day. I'm going to go ahead and call my body shop and see if they have my tow hook cover in and done painted. And I'm also going to try to pick up my wheels from them, because for some reason they didn't give them to my in-law when he picked up the car. I guess they didn't really know what I wanted to do with them, so they kept them. I don't know. Nobody answered, so I'm gonna go ahead and do stuff to kill time. Probably go to my mom's and pick up some packages, and then I'll just go ahead and stop by since they didn't answer. I don't know, they may be busy. I just left the shop. As you guys can see, I got the wheels behind me. Comment down below what you think I got. I obviously got Cosmos, but which ones? The specs I got are 18x9, and the offset is +26. So that means I have to get rid of my 25mm spacers, because this offset is aggressive. Cosmos has weird specs. I wanted 18x9.5, but they only had 9, and I definitely wasn't gonna get a 10.5 because that's like freaking so much stretch. I have yet to open up any of these boxes, and I'm excited to get to the apartment right now and take a look at it. And I also got some lugs and some hub centric ring. Guess what came back? Same code, even though he turned it off or whatever. Stupid code. So I'm gonna let the car cool down for a little bit because it is hot. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna show you guys what I got to change the spark plug. So I got a magnetic tool pickup, 15 pounds, spark plug gapper, some extension sets, spark plug socket, and I got an extra one just in case. And the spark plugs, of course, the OEM ones, here is the part number if you guys are wanting to change yours as well. I got a swivel wrench. We're gonna go ahead and take out the battery and loosen up some bolts by the computer or the ECU. So I got the snorkel and the battery out. As you guys can see down there, there is the 2 coil packs. So those are being held on with a 10mm. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those out right now. So there's what my 30K spark plug looks like. It's still pretty hot, so I can't really hold it. A little tip, here is the extension I use. I use the 3-inch extension, and I just loosened it up. And then once I got it loose, I took this extension off and just twisted it off by hand. I'd be lying if I said this back when it wasn't a bitch, but I gotta get prepared because I heard this side is worse. I gotta get a different wrench to do the back, so while I'm gonna wait for a ride to get a new one or try to see if I can borrow one, I'm gonna work on this side because I need a new wrench that doesn't do this, because I can't really loosen it, the back one, like that without it twisting, and it's kind of weird. And by the way, you're supposed to torque them to 12.9. That is what the torque spec is. This is my first time ever changing the spark plugs on this car. So earlier I mentioned you gotta take off the snorkel. Video I watched, his car was stock, so it's a little bit different than mine. So you don't have to take off the snorkel or mess with your math. You just gotta take off these brackets. I think it's a 10mm for the ECU and move it out of the way, because the coil pack number 1 is right here and 2 is right there. And obviously this ECU is in the way, so we're gonna have to take off the ECU. So once you have the 2 10mm bolts removed, you want to push it to the side and pull up. Now, I'm not gonna record me pulling up on it, but don't be afraid to use some force. So you want to watch out for the wiring and kind of pull it over the bracket and let it chill. That way it's out of the way. I guess it would be easier to take off the intake box, but I don't feel like doing none of that. Both look the same. The first passenger side is this one. It looks the same as the driver's side. So yeah, let's work on putting the new one in. They seem to be gapped already, so I probably wasted my money getting that spark plug gapper. But correct me if I'm wrong, they do look exactly gapped the same. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Another tip, when you're tightening down the new spark plug, you want to make sure that when you're twisting it or tightening it on, there's no tension. If there's tension, that means you're cross-threading it. So take it back out and try it again. It should go in very easily, so just be aware of that. Here is the far back passenger side spark plug. They all look the same. I thought some of them would look darker than the other. I know if you're Pro Tuned or E-Tuned, you're supposed to change them every 20,000 miles. I'm getting a lot of jerking, not a lot, but jerking in third and fourth gear sometimes. So hopefully this solves the jerking problem. But I have to say the passenger side is way easier than the driver side. This far back one I cannot get out. To remind you guys the tip again, you want to put the 14mm spark plug socket in there first, and then put the extension in second, and then you can go ahead and hook it up to your wrench. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a torque wrench, so I've just been tightening it up how I think it should be. This is the only torque wrench I have, and this thing is massive. This is for my wheels. The passenger side is done. I'm gonna go ahead and put this ECU back in. You just gotta have the time and tools, so I recommend you doing it by yourself so you can know what you're doing to your car, because you can't really trust dealerships or mechanics. They really don't care because it's not their car, but you can save a lot of money doing it yourself. Pretty much stuck until I get a new wrench to take that spark plug out. It's just the last spark plug that I need, and then I'm set to go to put the battery back and go on about my day. But while we're waiting for my mom, because I need her car to go to AutoZone, I'm gonna try to install this GrillCraft grill and get rid of this OEM grill. I had the JDM grill before I dropped my car off to the shop, but they didn't give me another JDM grill, which means I have to buy another badge if I get another JDM grill, and I already have the rear badge, as you can see. Carbon fiber. The badge is like around $110 shipped, and I only need the front, so I'm not going to pay $110 just for one badge and just be stuck with an extra badge. So I just went ahead and got a grill that didn't need a badge, and I'll show you in a minute. Now this grill isn't just pretty much plug and play, meaning that you can't just take this grill off and put that one on. It comes with hardware, and you got to drill into your bumper and kind of modify it, but there's like little brackets and hardware. Also got a sticker and some instructions, but here's the grill itself. I think it'll be a clean look. I'm gonna end up taking this off so it'll be a little bit cleaner. I think it's just little tabs I take off, but here it is. I think it's gonna look very clean. I'll leave this grill down in the description below if you guys are interested, as well as the spark plugs and everything that I use to take off the old ones. Got the GrillCraft logo off. I tried to salvage this. I had a flathead and I tried to pry off the little rubber pieces, but they both broke. So once we take the OEM grill off, I'm gonna have to paint behind it because this grill exposes some of the bumper and the red will be really noticeable and ugly. So I was missing a lot of tabs on the bumper, pretty much all around the car, and including the trunk, and the body shop hooked me up and gave me all new tabs, so I gotta be careful not to break or lose any of those. So taking the bumper off is pretty easy. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10mm bolts that you gotta remove right here, and it looks like the body shop didn't put the clips back because I know for a fact there were clips right here, but no biggie, and there are a bunch of clips under and right here along the fender well. I ran into a little problem, as you guys can see. I'm a little bit lowered and I need to put the car on wood blocks to get the jack under there and take off the clips under the car, but there's our little problem. We can't move the car since that spark plug isn't removed. It should get all the clips off under the car, and it smells like fresh paint under there still, but we're gonna go ahead and take off the bumper now. While we're at it, we're gonna go ahead and take off these hella horns because I'm also going to get these powder coated the same color I'm gonna get my wheels powder coated, so that might be a 12. Yeah, it's gonna be a 12. I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. We're gonna test fit one of the wheels later and see how it looks. The one thing I forgot at my house was the drill, so I gotta use a damn screwdriver. So we're gonna go ahead and take this one off one by one. Once I get this grill off, I'll show you what shows once you install the new grill that we gotta paint. Damn, this would be so much faster with the drill. We're on the last screw and we should pop out the tabs. Start with the bottom ones first. just like that, the OEM grill is off. Here's what the grill looks like. It's just pushed in there, it's not screwed down or anything, but this bottom piece we need to paint black, as well as the sides. The top don't really show, but we're gonna go ahead and pop it out and get to masking, because I don't want to get no overspray on none of the car. This is how I ended up masking it. I went all the way down and all the cracks and crevices, and now I'm gonna use those trash bags over there to cover up all the paint that I can get overspray on. So now that I finished masking everything, I'm gonna go ahead and start painting. If you guys are wondering, this is the paint I'm using. So right now it is 12:44, and I'm gonna go ahead and start and let it cure for about 15 to 20 minutes. Spot where I can get paint on, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this part up. So first coat, very light, as you guys can see. I want to make sure this is 100% perfect. Gave it plenty of time to cure. Let's go ahead and do coat number 2. Gotta get them angles. So here's coat number 2. I think this is all I'm gonna do, honestly. I think I got everything. I'm gonna hit it with a flashlight to make sure I didn't miss anything, but gloss black, it looks amazing. Another setback is I forgot the drill bits. I gotta make little holes, so I gotta go to the hardware store and get some drill bits. Oh fuck, I gotta go back to the apartment to get my drill. It's like almost 3 o'clock, so it's got plenty of time to cure, so we're gonna go ahead and rip everything off. And I see overspray all over my bumper. Okay, that didn't work. I don't know how I'm gonna get that off. Other than this overspray, I think I did a good job. I probably have to clay bar it. It won't focus for some reason. There it is. So a bunch of overspray just right here in this area. I'm not really worried about the unevenness, as you guys can see, because the grill will be covering that up, hopefully. As I'm reading the instructions, I forgot to mention earlier, you got to take off this retaining bracket. It goes right here. So you want to go ahead and put the grill on the bumper like that and mark the 4 locations of where you'll be drilling into. And I'm using a 5/16, I think. So when I had the grill installed, I had used my pick and I poked it through the grill and I marked it on the bumper. And I'm gonna go ahead and drill it from the front right here. Now the bottom one is optional, it's just for extra reinforcement. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it just to get it out of here. The instructions say go ahead and take your U-clip and place it on the bottom of the grill, and you want the smooth side facing down. Now you want to go ahead and take this, whatever this is, I'm going to call it a washer, and you want to place it behind the bumper, and then you want to start hand threading it from the inside of the grill, or the inside of the bumper. So I use the long screw on the other side, and I'm going to use the next washer, or the final washer that we have, and place it up top, and I'm going to start threading from the bottom. So here is the top. As you guys can see, the little washer and the screw is in. For the bottom, we're going to start from under here. It already has the U-clip in there, so I'm going to go ahead and just screw it in, and it's our final one, and it should be in, and we should put the bumper back on. Here's what the grill looks like on the car. I still got to fix the bumper, as in get rid of the overspray. I also got the 4th spark plug finally out, and the new one's already in. So here's what all 4 of my spark plugs look like. I'm gonna test fit these another day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. My computer's broke, so I don't know when this video will be up. I think I got a virus, so I gotta get that fixed first, but I haven't started it up yet. I doubt the code is gone, but it's worth a shot. Oh, no codes are found. Maybe it was the spark plugs that my O2 was reading bad or something like that. Oh, that was surprising. I'm an idiot. I just forgot that I had to take off my battery, which is why I don't have that check engine code. So we'll pray and hope that it don't come back. Right now I'm headed to a spot to shoot a thumbnail for one of my old videos that I forgot to do. And then I guess I'll do one for this video too. And I'll also show you guys what the grill looks like in better lighting because I was in the garage and it was dark. Jeez, that hurricane though. Here's the grill. I'm gonna go to AutoZone and get a clay bar and see if I can get that off. But here's the GrillCraft Max Series or MX Series, I forget what it is. Painted behind there so you don't see no red or whatever color car you have. I didn't get the lower grill because I plan on getting a front mount intercooler and I'm not gonna run a grill down there when I do get it, so yeah. Contacted my tuner and told him the codes pop back up and he sent me 2 new maps, but he thinks I have an exhaust leak or just something is touching something. I don't want to say that the sensor is bad, the rear O2 sensor, but here are the probable causes. Check for exhaust leaks. I have an exhaust odor that I smell. I'm not sure what it is. I say the vehicle is running rough because sometimes it jerks in 3rd gear, but although I haven't experienced it yet, I changed the spark plugs recently, so it's only been, I think this is day 3 since I changed them, and I haven't experienced any jerking. I'm having low or high voltage, running rich and lean, so I don't know what it is. It could be many things, but I'm gonna try out these new tunes. I gotta reflash the car and wait and see if it comes back, and if it comes back, then I'm gonna go get it checked out, and if it doesn't come back, then it is good. That's pretty much gonna be it. I'll let you guys know if the code comes back, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.